Hello everybody, it's Lucas here from Smugglebond and I'm back with a brand new quick play video, and today I'm playing the very excellent Double Dragon 2 for the Nintendo Game Boy using a Super Game Boy on a Super Nintendo. To me, this is one of the best Game Boy beat 'em ups you can get, and I think for me the pinnacle of the series. I first got to play this when I was really young, and I'll go into more about that later on, but suffice to say I was on it for hours. That's all I can say, and it's still just as good and just as playable. I picked this up from eBay the other day, and my god, it still kicks my ass every time, but it's just so addictive and playable. So I'm going to be doing that for you today. Before I start, I just want to say, if you're new to Smugglebond and like what you see, what on earth are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, because that way you'll be instantly subscribed to Smugglebond, and you'll be notified every time I upload a brand new retro gaming video, meaning you won't miss a thing. Don't forget to drop me a like on this video if you enjoy it, comment on this video. Doing both these things really helps out the channel. I'd love to know if you played Double Dragon 2 on the Game Boy, what you thought of it, and the comparisons between the NES version. Now, a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, I'm going to have to check this out, but I have seen a few reviews of Double Dragon 2 online, and people really don't like this game on Game Boy, and I can't think why. It's really good. It does reuse some assets and some stage aesthetics and things, so I think people's main gripe with it is that it's actually based off another game. So it uses the same game engine as another game, another Japanese beat 'em up. It's very similar, but to me, I guess being totally oblivious, back in the 90s, we didn't have internet, so this was kind of it. This was Double Dragon 2. It still is Double Dragon 2 for me, but it's still an awesome game. I mean, I'd love to know your opinions of this one. And the NES one is absolutely brilliant too. It's got 2-player. This one's got 2-player, so they're both really good versions, but I'd love to know what you think of them. Don't forget to share this video around with everybody that you know, anybody you think might be interested in this type of retro content. It really helps with YouTube's algorithm. It allows my channel to grow, and it means more blokes and birds across the land will be able to find and access my content consistently and easily. And finally, you can follow my social media. There will be links in this video description. So let me just have a quick sip of my tea, guys, and we'll get started. Blimey, this morning it's taken me a lot to get going today. Alright, so let's do it. Let's start up the game. So you can read the text, pause it and read the text. I would read it, but it goes by way too fast. I'm not skipping it, honestly. It really does go that fast. Suffice to say that Billy and Jimmy, they join this gang called the Scorpions. They're set up by a guy called Anderson, and the boss Gordon is basically wants Billy's blood. Billy has to clear his name. So we're starting off the game. We're on the mean streets once again, and there have been some refinements in Billy's control, refinements in how the enemies move. They're a little bit craftier this time around. They won't just stand and take it. You have to kind of, you know, manipulate them. Sometimes they'll just see that, they'll stop, or they'll move up and down. So it's very clever programming, because it kind of puts the player on the edge. Now, I've no idea how the continues work. Now, my theory is that the continues, I think you can continue infinitely until you get to the last stage. That's what I'm thinking. I've just always been able to continue, and also there's something I want to mention. Basically, when I played this game last night, I was on like stage 2 or stage 3. I reset the console and I pressed like continue, thinking I'd be on stage 1, but I was still on stage 3. So curiously enough, the Super Game Boy saves your progress if you reset it. It won't save it if you turn it off, but if you reset, it will save it. So if there are limited continues, then maybe you could kind of save it that way. You know, you could kind of build up your continues and get better. I don't know. It's hard to describe. So as a kid, I'm trying to think. I remember getting really far in this, and then I think I actually got to the end. I remember some dude in a karate outfit. That's all I remember. Right at the end, there's like a boss rush. I beat the boss rush, and then I think it was like who was it? It was probably Gordon or Anderson, one of those dudes that I had to fight. But I think I wasn't able to continue, or something happened, but I was very young at the time. But yeah, I kind of got this, and like I lent Double Dragon to someone, and he lent me Double Dragon 2, and I had this for months. Like, I think the guy just forgot about it. I was just on this for hours and hours, and I would just like play it non-stop. like all day, every day, and it got to the point where, as I said, I could almost get to the end and almost beat it, and like I just was blissfully, you know, my whole world was almost like Double Dragon 2 for a very long time. I absolutely love this game. I'd play it every chance I got, and I'm glad I did, because, you know, I feel like when I said when the time come to kind of give it back, it was like about 6 months later or something. I basically played it to death. That I felt like, you know, I'd seen everything that I was ever going to see in the game, and it's still a good game. I mean, like, I turned this on the other day. I mean, I hadn't played this in years, like ever since I was a little kid, and I think maybe I played it a few years ago. I'm sure I bought it on eBay but lost it when I moved, but I don't know how that happened, but it's still just as good. I still remember being a little kid and just getting excited about all the stages and things and fighting all the enemies, and the moves have just been refined. I don't know if you can actually cut lives on this. I think it's a 3 live system, 3 lives and then you're done, but it's not too bad. So if it'll let me continue up until like the last, I was going to say last world, the last stage, then we might be alright. There is another thing as well that I want to mention. You can't pick up weapons, or you can't use weapons in this game, so Billy's just got his bare fists. I don't mind this too much. People complained, oh, Billy should be able to use weapons, and you know, his moveset's really cool. And one thing I didn't realise, look at that, he can do that Popeye style punch. Right, boss time now. This guy kind of moves like a bush kangaroo. So the boxer, the pugilist, the Crystal Bank, the boxer. Yes, 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 oh yes. This guy is not too difficult. I tell you what is difficult, as I said, when we get to the boss rush, like he's the one, like I remember like as a little kid, like I got to the boss rush towards the end and he was the first guy and I was bricking it because I couldn't do it. As you can see, I'm really struggling with this guy, but there are things you can do from what I discover. I can just beat this guy. Okay. I'm probably not even doing all the special moves like that. There we are. And we got him. Alright. Kicking booty, as always. So, I'm having a sip of my tea. I do apologise, guys, but I'm really thirsty this morning. Alright. Oh my god. Look at this, look at this. It's like they just stop still sometimes. So yeah, what will generally happen is we'll return to places we've been before, or the game borrows the same level aesthetics that we've already seen. So you'll continue and you'll think, oh, I'm only on stage 2, and really you're on stage 3, if that makes sense. Stage 3 kind of looks like, you have stages that look identical, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So you think you're on an earlier stage, so this pops up later on, but you'll think, oh, I've already done this, but there'll be different enemies, and this really confused me. I actually thought this was like a difficulty spike or something. There's also one nasty area where we're on a platform where you can literally get kicked off a platform and die. I'm guessing the tracks, or maybe it's water or whatever it is just too lethal and Billy can't actually handle it. So I will say, every time Billy goes into a room, just like in the first Double Dragon on the NES, his energy gets restored, so there is always that. And you can pretty much hit the enemies with the same attacks if you know what to do. I'm probably not going to get that far, but we'll see how it goes. As I said, if I can get to the very last stage, I'd be happy with that. That would be cool. Oh, piss off, mate. There you go, boom, look at that. So did I change the control type? Because I'm really confused now. Yes, I did. See, you can do this punch, but if you mess it up, you've got to be like right on them to do it. Look at that, right under the chin. Boom, alright. This is so cool. As I said, one of the best beat 'em ups on the Game Boy. Highly recommend it. So I've been playing a lot of Game Boy recently. I think it's great because now I actually have money, you know. I can actually buy the games I always wanted to when I was a kid and could never afford. And I've actually got on order the original Batman for Game Boy, because I've never played that. And Batman, is it? Forgive me, it's either Return or Revenge of the Joker on Game Boy. I think it's Revenge of the Joker, so I'm looking forward to be playing that on Game Boy. So try and get a few more, just some different things done on the old channel, I think. And it's going really well, me uploading every day. I love it, absolutely love it. You know, it's it actually makes things a lot easier for me. Oh, boss time. So I've got to bring fists to a knife fight, but I might be able to hit this guy. Boom, there you go. So you can literally take out apparently most of the bosses with that attack. So it makes things easier. As a kid, it's like, this game, like, its combat is not complex, but it's like, as a kid I probably wouldn't have known that. As a kid, and even now, I just stick to the same attacks. As you can see, I just, in Double Dragon games, I just tend to kick because it's like, it's easier than punching most of the time. Oh, piss off. They got me caught in a corner. Shit, alright, stay calm. And those baseball bat dudes are a pain. I can see people's frustration now. I can see where they're coming from. Like, why shouldn't you be able to put weapons up? But it's kind of like Billy's got to beat the odds, you know what I mean? That's, I kind of don't mind that too much. But yeah, we're in this train now. This looks so awesome on Game Boy. Alright, oh god. Whip, guys. So you have to be in like a certain position. You got to practice this though, and you got to kind of get the right rhythm. There we go. Ooh, you got to be careful because you can lunge forward and they can suddenly hit you. Boom. Like that. That kind of sucks. There we are, knock him into the air. And you can kind of do it again and again. There we are, nice. Whew. This is difficult. C'était très difficile. Alright, gotta pause it here, guys. Alright, so I don't know whether I believe I'm at the station, so that's, you can see, let me just explain to you. On the far left of the screen, there's like, it's not even that high of a drop, but they can knock you on there. So I don't know what it is. It's either water or it's just concrete. But you want to stay away from it anyway. So don't go anywhere near it. Just stay to the far right, and we'll have to come back here as well several times, or a couple of times. See, there's a guy with a freaking baseball bat just waiting to come on screen. See that? It's like, how am I supposed to anticipate that? So I need to get out of the way. They won't let me do anything. They won't let me do nothing. Let me hit you, come on. Oh, this is bullshit. Come on, ugh. I mean, I think I've got infinite continues, but I'm not sure. Can I knock him down again? See, that's what keeps happening. It's like, it's a trap. It's like a beginner's trap. You think you can knock them down, but you can't. But I just thought I'd show that off to you and show you how difficult it is. It's not, you can avoid it completely, but it's like, as you can see, there's not much room to go. I mean, you need to be all the way to the right, but the problem is the enemies are all the way to the right as well. So it's going to be a bit of a problem, like trying to avoid everything. Melt that guy down. So where? Oh, hello. Hello, sailor. Knock him out, move out of the way. Alright. Boom, there we go. Boom, there we go. Boom, there we go. Alright, so we've got the map. And they do recycle some of the enemies. I can see why people would be like, oh my god, it's not good, it's the same enemies. But this is a great game. I don't care what anybody says. I will defend this game to my dying day. It is absolutely one of the best Game Boy games ever made, I think. I mean, like, I really should do it like a top 10 of my personal best games and just do that, but it's like, it's a lot of work, which I don't mind doing, but it's like, it's finding the time, so maybe I'll get around to that one of these days. But anyway, we've got rid of some enemies, and we have another, a gun boss. Oh shit, and he can shoot me as well. So you have to kind of just get him in this rhythm. Like that. See, once you've got this move down, like the uppercut, this game just becomes a whole lot easier. That's why I love this game, because it's fair. The challenge is fair, the balance is fair, and we get a nice little map screen as well. Something we didn't get in the original Double Dragon. And we made it to the bridge. Once again, I think the bridge is dangerous. I think there's an area where I can fall off. I think we got like New York in the background. How good does like New York look in the background in the skyline? That's something I have to point out. I mean, like, I don't care if this is like based on another game engine. This is amazing. It's just so good. Like, come on. How could anybody not like this? It just felt bigger than it was when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Actually, this game's not very long, but it's got more stages. I think there's like 10 stages or something, which is, I think, more than the original Double Dragon. But look at this, I'm taking these enemies out, no problem. Boom, there we go. I've got to be so careful here. There, look at that. Just wallop them, just uppercut them when they go down. I will say one thing, it would be nice if you could get like more lives, but again, I don't know whether it's infinite continues or what. How many continues do you get? I've tried looking online, but I can't seem to find any answers as to how it works. If anybody knows how the continue system works, then let me know in the comment section. I mean, my theory is, again, I think it's continuous. Let me just pause it for a minute while I just have a sip of my tea and I'll try and explain to you guys. So as a kid, from what I can remember, I played this for hours and I must have had infinite continues because I got to the hall, the dojo, I remember that much. I think I must have got through the bosses, some of them, but I got to the last boss and I couldn't beat him, and I think it's possible that I couldn't continue at that point. So I'm thinking maybe you get infinite continues until that point, because as a kid, I would have continued. I know I would have. So that's my theory. I could be wrong, but that's what I kind of remember doing. But either way, you know, I think to have that system in place, I think it's pretty fair. I mean, they did it in Double Dragon on the Master System, which is a game I need to do for the channel. But I will say it's kind of... Now, people say that Double Dragon on Master System is great and it's fantastic. I think it's a great game. The problem I have is the controls are just a little bit clunky and it's a little bit unbalanced. So they give you infinite continues in the beginning, but on the last stage, you've kind of got to go it alone, which I guess is fair, but if the controls were better, I just need to work out the enemy patterns as well. Like, it just seems a bit all over the place, whereas the NES Double Dragon is it's a bit more refined, and you know, you take a pounding and normally it's your fault. You know, it feels fair, it feels progressive. The Master System version I've never been able to beat without cheating, and it's a real shame because it looks the part, and it's almost like the NES versions or the other versions improve upon the formula of Double Dragon. You know, they refine it. I mean, the NES like version's a lot more grittier, you know, more serious, you know, whereas the Master System version, it is the arcade port, which is fine, but it's very cartoony. Oh my god, we've got Leatherhead here, sorry, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this guy's got a chainsaw. Oh, fucking up. He's tough. Kick him. Uppercut him. There you go, look at that. I should be uppercutting this dude. I don't know why I'm fannying about trying to punch him. As a kid, I'd just punch him. But like, I didn't realise you can just uppercut him and they go down. So that's why this game's so awesome, because once you learn to do that, this game opens up. Look at that. I spent minutes on that guy as a kid, and I just realised, oh, you can just uppercut the guy, and we can move on to the next section. Here we go. So we've already been here, and it's like it's like it's the same stage repeated. So I think this was what people were complaining about. So some of the stages are the same. I can see that, but at the same time, I don't mind it too much. Because look, it looks like we're going backwards. We're back at the station. It's like kind of like The Warriors. You know that film where the gang have got to survive? They've got to get back to Coney Island. A film I need to watch, actually. I do own it on DVD. And it's one of my favourite films of all time. And I've not even seen it in a while. But anyway, yeah, it kind of has that feel to it. Oh, now we've got two guys with knives. See how it's like... you know, it is a different, it's the same place, but we have more enemies. At first I thought it was like a difficulty spike, like maybe if the more you continue, the harder the enemies get, which I think would be a cool concept for a game actually. Like, they should totally make a game like that, where it gets harder the more you continue. You know, like in terms of, you know, you actually go onto the continue screen and you press continue, and like the bosses have more hits or there's more enemies, so it kind of forces you to get good at the game. Maybe it's already been done, I don't know. But I'd really love to see a game like that. The only thing I can kind of, that's a little bit like that, is Batman Returns on NES, where it gets, the only problem is it's in reverse, it gets easier the more you continue, but you don't get a good ending, so it kind of sucks. But it's still a good game. And people slag that game off all the time too. Oh, Batman Returns on NES, so it's too hard. It's a hard game. It's not impossible. And, you know, I've beat it twice. So if I can do it, anybody can. So, and if you want to see that, check out Sofa Swagger, which is my... it's just me with a camcorder basically playing a game. So you can kind of see my reactions thing. So I've done that. So, and also I've done Double Dragon 2 on NES, which was I think one of the first videos I did for Sofa Swagger. So check that out. So that anybody asking about Double Dragon 2 on NES, it's in my Sofa Swagger playlist where I completed the game. But I've got the Japanese version, so the Japanese version says infinite continue. So I'd still like to play the original though. So maybe that's one I'll do. That's the only reason I was able to beat that game, was because, you know, you can continue and you can literally beat the bosses. Oh crap. You know, you beat the final boss and you rescue, I think you rescue Marion, and then all is fair in love and war. But yeah, still a great game. And I'm getting my butt handed to me by idiots here. Okay, I'm not concentrating what I'm doing. There we go, uppercut him out of the sky. What next? And it's still going on basically. Boom. Boom. So I'm getting so good at this game I can kind of anticipate where I'm going to go. Fandabby Dozy. It's going well so far. Not bad. Oh look, we're back here again. This really annoys me. But maybe I wasn't quick enough last time, that's why I screwed up. Because I wasn't doing this. Had I been doing this, then I would have survived. But why are there more enemies? Like, why don't you just let me move? Is it so hard? It's like, it forces you to be so precise. And sometimes I'll duck though, but there we go. So that's what I'm trying to do. Get away from platforms. So now I know that. So people who say, oh, that's unfair because you've got that platform that you can fall off. You know, you just got to kind of learn the game, and then it becomes a little bit easier. As you can see, it's not super difficult. There we go, let's just get these guys. Oh my god. Ugh. One thing I have noticed is, where's the women on here? Are there any women? Where's the Lindas? I guess the Scorpions are all male. Ugh. I can't get this guy to save my life. Ugh. So I gotta do those manly noises. Knock him down, love it. See, we're in the same area now, right? And I think we get to face a ninja in a bit, which is really cool. Oh. So take out these guys. Uppercuts. So yeah, it's like, oh crap. Yeah, it's like Mysterio or something. He disappears and reappears. So he does this little David Blaine little trick. Or David Copperfield, whatever you want to call him. Look at that, we'll just jump on his stomach. So he does that, it's like he just pretends to go down. Oh my god, that didn't work at all. She just disappears. Fight me like a man, you big girl's blouse. Oh my god. See, he disappears when I kick him. He's like, I'm not having any of that. You're gonna fight me like a man. I wonder if I can uppercut this guy. Boom, there we go. Smack him in the chops. Smack him in the chops. I love it. Can I get a third one? No. Come on, I just want one more. Boom, there we go. So once you know how to do that, it kind of opens up quite a lot. Fan-dabby dozy. That's a great cup of tea. And we're moving on. So is this like the last part? I don't know. Back in the mean streets. But if I can at least get to the Scorpion Hall, that would be good. The problem is like I've got to play perfectly now because there's a really, really tricky boss coming up. So I need all the energy that I can get and all the lives that I can get. So I've got to play as well as I can. Not always easy because the enemy attack patterns now are getting tougher. See, look how they're just dodging out my way now. But yeah, if I can at least get to the last stage, that would be something. Then it will answer my question. I'm pretty sure I'm correct. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the case. As a kid, I wouldn't have given up. I know that much. Maybe it's possible, but I don't think I would have because I was too near the end of the game. There we go, look at that. Okay, where are we going? Ooh! Suit you, sir. So come on, you bring him on. You keep bringing them on, I'll keep knocking them down. Come on, baby. Okay, come on. Ooh. There we go. Just uppercut the mofos. There's a nice car there as well, which is a nice detail. Looks like Cadillac. Okay, great. Alright, come on. Come on, boys. I'm here all day. See, once you get this down, the game really opens up. So that's really all you can do. So people are probably like, oh, well, that's all you can do to win. But it's a lot of fun. You know, you shouldn't take this game too seriously. I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong, it does get serious and it does get real, but it's a great game. Oh, shit. I'm always doing that. Ooh. See, that guy keeps moving. Can't move. Oh, you just won't stop. There we are. Right, we got it. Right. I think this is the boss now. Right, yeah. I think he's like the big boss man, as I call him. He looks like the big boss man. I'm sure you can just uppercut this guy. He won't let me do anything to him. There's one. So I can't. See, I can't do anything to him. Shit. I don't know what to do. Right, there we are. It's one. There we are. I got it. I know what to do now. Basically, you just don't go on the same plane as him and just knock him in. Like that. I got it. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh my god. So I figured it out. So the bosses aren't too bad. You just got to kind of get patient with it. You got to get good, I suppose. There we are. Simple. That wasn't too difficult. We've made it to the Scorpions. So I've made it to the final bit. I think we're actually inside the Scorpions Hall now.